Some smell like Viennese sausage in here. Is it Vienna? Vienna or Viennese? It does smell like Viennese sausage in here, don't it? You hungry? You can get up pretty good. We'll put him over here on this side. Get some grip. There you go. It's glassy, ain't it? Whoa! He been living me all week. That's pretty good. Feed him in the morning. Oh, golly! Hey, that's a good sign. Good sign. Squeeze it right out. Man, that smells like country sausage. Breakfast sausage is what my daddy says. Oh, Lord. Boy, he's wobbly, ain't he? You can do it. He came a long ways, boys and girls. I think he's hungry. There you go, work them muscles out. He's looking for your crotch. Yeah, once you get some blood flowing in those legs. Been laying on him a lot. You could go see if his mom wants to have anything to do with it. Come on, pal, get in there. Oh, come on, Mama, let him in there. You can do it. Come on. Wrong Mama. That's not the most pitiful thing you ever seen. Look at him. You see him about get up on his own? That's pretty good. We got too many cows here. I need to get his mama in the corral by herself. She's like anybody else. If she gets in front of her friends, she don't act right. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get him in the round pen and we'll get him hooked on his mama. Maybe. I wrote that son of a gun. You don't believe me, do you? I'll drag her in there. Just let me get on my old steed. Alright, this is going to be a very fluid process. We're going to try to get as many of them in there as possible, hopefully swooping her up in there with the current. They move like fish, it's really weird. Once you get it, you got it though. But the hard part is going to be getting the damn horses out. Boy, boy, boy. Well, we got the horses corralled. That damn bull would follow you to Mars if you had a bag of feed. Boy. I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll rope her. That'll be fun, won't it? You always catch the ones you don't want. So the problem is, I fed my last bag of feed last night. That's rule number one in the cattle business. You never feed your last bag of feed. Now I've got no control over them. It's complete anarchy. So now we gotta go find some feed. I bet they'd walk in here to smell her. If we got her in here, boy, that would be chaos, wouldn't it? I'm talking about mad cow disease. Let's open this door and let her come in here. Talking about a disaster. Could be all, yeah, that's a bad idea. When you go to catch a cow that doesn't want to be caught, you got to make the illusion of a feeding frenzy. And by doing that, you dump out a bag of feed where you want the cows to be, and you let them have a feeding frenzy. Look at there, ain't that something? There you go, pal. Straighten your foot out. There you go. Be vigorous, young man. A little too warm. Yeah, it's too warm. Let's let it cool off, and by the time we grab something to eat and grab that feed, should be right. Exercise. Watch Go to the gym. Gym's fun. I'm at the gym. Always throw away for the rainy day. Woo! Slowing down, boy. Always leave one. Always. So you always have that extra spare. Stow away for the rainy day. Life facts. I think I'm gonna bring that paddle in here and dump that feed off in here somewhere. Might put it right here so that way it really block up my area. Really get it junked up so I can't do anything. Build him a little pen to keep him contained. We're gonna put some shavings down in there, maybe some hay. Get out of here, boy. I'm tired, Grandpa. Well, that's just too damn bad. All right, guy. Get up. Move along. It's always something with these guys. Woo, we moved him downstairs just in the nick of time. Look at me. Blowout number 2. Less than an hour. That's a good sign. Good sign. Damn good sign. That's a good sign it ain't liquid. If it's liquid, then we got to start about scours, which is a whole nother can of worms. Alright, let's see if we can trap that cow now. She's over there next to the corral. I think we got it. Watch the feed frizz up again. Always have your knife ready. Stay close or stay far. Oh, she's right there at the gate, boys. We got her, boys. Broke my fence, but we got her. There she is. All right, Patch. We're gonna try to work these other ones out. Oh, we got her now. Come on, baby. When you're working with cows, you always got to leave at least 2 together. 3's better at best. If you leave one by itself, chaos ensues. Now we just gotta hope these other cows don't bust in this little makeshift round pen I got here. It's very possible. Let me go get him. Oh baby, come on baby. Oh. Should've gave him his vitamins this morning. Alright, just walk around and get some practice. Come on. She might not take him back because usually they come over and they'll be licking them and mooing, and she's kind of wrong side, pal. Other way, 180. So close. Come on, pal. Oh, mama. You know what that means, don't you? She going to the sale. You can't raise a calf around here. You got to go. I'm sorry. Oh, baby. Oh, Merlin, wrong one. He's trying, ain't he? Wrong side, dummy. Nice little mama. So this is where you need a squeeze chute so you can lock her down so she can't be doing all that mean stuff like kicking and moving and busting him up. Sit her still so he can get in there and get some milk. But we're working on that. Facilities. That's number 2. Gotta have facilities. Actually, that should be number 1. I take that back. Oh, this is good foot. Aim for that white udder. Well, I guess this is evolution. Always right below the knee. Get in there. He might be slightly challenged. Wrong side. I will give it to him. He's trying like he's never tried before. He's just going to the wrong mama. Wrong end of mama. Don't get knocked down. Don't get knocked down. I am proud of him though. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll put a rope around her back leg and try to hold her steady. That was pitiful. We'll just have to lay a trap for her to step in. What's gonna happen is when I get this back foot, they're gonna hit that tray and dump all that tray of feed right in the dirt, and then they won't touch it. I'm just playing at this point. He never did learn the difference between the front foot and back foot. How do we get it off? I don't know if this is gonna help us much. Might have just made a grave mistake. Go. Do it. Do it now. Don't give up now, pal. Not through the neck. Just don't want to lift. He goes to her udder, but he won't go to that other one's udder. Now we got a rope around her leg. That wasn't too smart. I'm asking for it, ain't I? He's all over the wrong one. Wrong one, crazy. Not like that, son. $5,000 hours of video. Don't kick you, baby. You can do it. Wrong side, dummy. Will he ever get the teat? Still ain't even tat. Tip for tat. I don't know what's on that navel, but it must be good. He's eating it up. He is all over it. Nice, mama. I'm good about to tie her legs up just as tight and lay her down. Then she won't have a choice. Worked up appetite with all that walking. There you go. Come on, you got to learn how to get in there. You're getting it now. I give you some energy, some go juice. We're getting vigorous now. You got to learn how to bow his neck and get up underneath it. All right. Now let's send you that way. Get in there. You leave him alone. Didn't even tell you, but she had a retained placenta. We didn't even see it. Thursday, it started coming out and it was hanging. It smelled foul, real foul. But I got her in the corral and kept her busy enough and got me a napkin, put some light traction on it, and she started pushing with me and pulled the rest of it out. But it looks like she cleared all of it. The rest of it looked like to be there. Anytime you give birth, you should try to find the whole placenta, put it all back together, make sure it's not missing any, make sure she's not retaining any, because if it gets caught in her uterus or anywhere along that tract, it'll get really infected and they can get some really bad infections and die. Heck with your mama. I'll be your mama and your daddy and your brother and your cousin. There you go. I can't get over your sorry ass mama. It was too cold and rainy. She won't have it. That little bull tried to daggone mount him, about crushed him. I said, dang, that's a hard world, man. That little yearling out there smelled his butt and then tried to mount him and about crushed him to smithereens. All right. You need to practice walking. Yeah, I think he's about done. That's pretty good. I reckon I'm the only family you got. Me and your Uncle Patches. He says Mama's supposed to do this to stimulate him and lick him, and boy, she has it. You wanna try a little more? Now that you're all stimulated? Attaboy. Well, while it ain't raining, you wanna go try to gather us some hay and make them a little pen? Some pretty hay, ain't it? Really increased the fire hazard of my barn. Well, I tell you, I got some stuff now. Having a sawmill is a blessing and a curse. Oh, I did not plan this out to you. Well, that's up there, pal. I'm sorry. They sure hollered out within, didn't they? Why do I have this stuff in here? Why do I do this to myself? That's gonna fall over in the middle of the night and kill somebody. You ever start doing something and then you get about halfway through it and you don't even really know what you're doing anymore? It's happened to me a lot lately. You just kind of wake up while you're doing it. This one here will be so daggone stinky you won't even be able to think straight in here. Alright, pal. We're going off into the hay now. Lined up in that little crack. And we make this like a giant spring so when it slips, it flies off and kills some damn body. The struggle. Alright, we might have it now. Well, I tell you, hog panels, boy. Hog panels. That's number 3. You ain't got hog panels, you ain't doing nothing. Look at it, they're good for everything. You can use them to hold up tomato vines, use them to make a little garden, use them to trap in little defenseless little cows. On the downside is, right here next to this cold door. So we better see if I can get my heat lamp. That's pretty nice there, ain't it? I wonder what the risk is of catching your place on fire with these things, how low it can be. Might need a little more than that. Alright, well, that's that. Oh, I know what we got to do. We got to get that boy's vitamins. He didn't get his vitamins this morning. It really showed out there on the court. Got to give him them Wheaties. Let me give you the rundown of what I've been giving him. I'll be back. Everything known to man in tubes. So I was doing some reading, and apparently selenium deficiency can cause white muscle disease, which can be deadly to young calves. So some people give selenium injections. Couldn't find a solution to inject, but I did find some selenium and vitamin E gel. You have to be very careful with this. Apparently you can overdose them and they get toxic. So I give them just a touch of that. And then every day I've been giving them a little bit of vitamin B complex. Got vitamin B12 and B1 and B6, thiamine. And I've also been giving him this Duramate calf, which has got some probiotics and other enzymes to help him use the food. Just kind of loading him up, and then I've been giving him a paste of colostrum gel just to be sure. Well, I did that in the first 2 days because you have to give him the colostrum because it's got the antibodies and so forth that'll help give him some immunity protection because he never did get the first milk from his mama, so he never got the antibodies that crossed through the milk. And apparently, if you don't get him in the first day or so, the intestines will no longer be able to absorb them. That function shuts down, so you have to get that to him. So I got it to him as soon as I could, but other than that, it does have some good vitamins, and it's got vitamin A and D3 and a bunch of other proteins and some more probiotics. So just been giving him a mix of it, and he seems to be doing really well with it. Kind of just slide it down his lip, put it in the corner of his mouth, get all the way to the back, and then kind of wipe it off inside the corner of his jaw and then lap it up. He enjoys them. They're good. Look, pretty good. Alright, fella, I got other stuff to do. This guy has costed me more time and money than he'll ever be worth. Big heart, tender heart. Yeah, tender heart. I need to build another barn so I can fill it up with junk too. I don't know how it all gets piled up like it does. I reckon you just get in a hurry. When it's gonna storm or rain, you just say, I gotta get it inside, and you just pile it up. That's the way it gets out of hand. So he's a week old. He's had this band for a week. And you can see his scrotum is dried up and it will fall off eventually. We have to keep that watched, like I said, because he's immunodeficient technically. And some people recommend you give him tetanus vaccines just so that doesn't get infected with tetanus, which would be terrible. So we'll just have to keep a close watch on that. I didn't give him any vaccinations. Probably need to work on that. It's hot. Well, I see for the next 6 months he's going to be super vulnerable to every pathogen or bacterium or anything like that out here. Even though he got the colostrum in the gel and then the formula we gave him, still not as good as his mama's milk, because his mama has been making antibodies to all the stuff he's going to encounter out here where they live. So that's the best thing. But wasn't able to do that. In an ideal situation, we'd have caught her in the squeeze chute, and if he'd been too weak to nurse, we could have milked her and fed him that. That would have been an ideal situation, but we don't have a squeeze chute yet. We're working on that. So as soon as we get that, we'll be able to do that. But for now, we just got to keep a close watch on him, make sure he stays well fed and strong and all that, and keep a close watch, because he's very susceptible to all sorts of bad stuff. Most prominently is scours, which is like this infection that'll cause them to get really bad upset stomach, and they'll get diarrhea, and they won't be able to process the food correctly, and then they'll just get real weak and dehydrated and die. So we got to keep our eye out for that. So far, his turds look good, so we're doing good.